Welcome, Ketmanto. How you going?
Yeah, I'm doing well. How about you, Mackenzie?
I'm very well, thank you. Thanks so much for coming today.
Thanks for having me.
So let's just jump straight into it. When did you come to Australia and why?
I came to know about Australia when I was a kid. I saw that Hugh Jackman, he's playing Wolverine and he's from Australia. So I've always wanted to go to Australia. That's the first of my many dreams that I have achieved so far. I know that the technology sector is very promising, and I know that technology is supposed to help the people, and but the technology can also replace the people. I think it's better for me to learn about that, and that's why I decided to study information technology.
At what point did you start thinking about looking for jobs?
I've always wanted to get a job in IT here in Australia, but I know that it's quite tough because as an international student, we have a limitation, right? When I came first to Australia, I also had to earn more money because we all know the tuition fee is very expensive, right? I mean, from my experience, it might cost like $6,000 for starters. It might cost like $20,000 for 6 months, or and maybe like in 1 year we can expect 35,000 to 40,000. If it's a master degree, well, it's even more expensive. So I decided to start all over again from the scratch, studying the local culture, making some friends. So before getting this IT job, I was a retail team member at the supermarket and then as a warehouse team member. So I did two jobs. I was also having the internship, but of course I've always wanted to get an IT job.
What steps did you take to try and get an IT job?
Back in the days, I've always wanted to do some kind of networking with people, but I never got a chance to do that because I was so shy. I was also not good around people. And then after joining great jobs, after the watching the videos, I also realized that everything that I've always wanted is always on the other side of the road. But in order to get there, I have to cross the road. So I have to get out of my comfort zones. If it's a success, then good on me. If it's not, then I can try another time, right? After joining the great jobs, I came to realize that networking is very important.
Why did you not apply for jobs or network until you joined grad jobs?
It's because like back in the days, I was so shy. I was not really good at this. I was having like a low self-esteem. And then I look at people around me, for some reason, they have something what I want. But the thing is, how to get that? And I realized that I've been living by myself for quite a while. So, of course, I do not have someone to tell me, or I don't have someone to give me advice. I search on the internet, but there is no practical tips, I guess. And then suddenly, when I joined grad jobs, that's when I realized the most important part is I have to get out of my comfort zone, because if I don't do that, I might not get a job. I might spend the rest of my life working at a warehouse maybe, which is quite a shame, but which is why I need to do something. And we also need to start somewhere, right? So that's why I decided to do that. After joining the grad jobs, I also realized that there's a community behind us. There are so many people that will support us. There are also so many people that will help us and guide us with the resume, with the cover letter, and also teach me some tricks about how to ace the interviews. And there are also so many materials that grad jobs provided. I really love it. The reason why I love it is it's really, really practical. And I can see that all the coaches, all the mentors, they're already working in their own professional fields. They can also give us some advice, which is very good. Because if I search on the internet, well, I think the writer on that blog might not have a job after all. I mean, we never know, right? Or maybe that person just makes something up. But in grad jobs, people here are all professionals, so I can trust them very well. And yes, they are also so brilliant, so amazing. I wasn't so sure about my future back then. I also realized that whatever that I tried in the past, well, it might not work out. So that's why I reach out back to you, and then I said that maybe this is it. Maybe this is the silver bullet to my problem. So that's why I decided that I would like to join grad jobs, and I think the rest is history. But of course, this is not gonna be the end. I'm also looking forward to making some more contribution or even like growing my careers as well.
So you booked in a call with us, right? The first call where you kind of talk about how it's been going, what your goals are. How did you find that initial call?
I think the presentation was very, very brilliant. It was super clear. I think it was also very transparent. And every question that I threw at him, yes, he replied back. He answered with the examples. He also provided me with the evidence. And at that very moment, I was super confident that, okay, this is legit. This is not like other scam or whatever. This is so true. And that's why I just I just signed up for that. I saw the achievement that other people have been talking about. I think Anchovy showed me the website, showed me the testimonies. 410 people had already secured their jobs. The rating is very good. And yes, the Google can prove it. It's very good. So it's very trustworthy as well. And he also shared with me some techniques when you talk to the interviewer or when you talk to someone on LinkedIn, how to promote yourself. And it's very, very amazing actually. On that call, he's very, very open. He's also very, very brilliant, I guess. So yeah, that's why I decided to join, and no, I really love it actually. I think that's the best thing in my life because when I was a kid, I've always had a dream like this is what I'm gonna do. But the thing is, I've never done it. I just had a dream like that. And then for the first time ever in my life, when I joined Great Jobs, at least that dream comes alive because all of my other dreams, I think they just sank into the ocean.
What was some of the biggest things you learned?
I think after joining the Great Jobs, what really changed me is my mindset because my friends themselves, I think they have been searching for jobs for months, but still they haven't got one. And I heard that they have already applied like, well, give or take 300 applications, I guess, on LinkedIn, Indeed, on Seek.com, and still they haven't got one. The mindset is very important, and it also tells us what to do if things do not work out. If we apply for 1,000 jobs and if we still don't get a job, that means that something has to change, right? After that, we also need to realize our potential, making sure that what the recruiting people want to look for. And we also need to make sure that our skills can also match their job description. Back when I was in uni, they only mentioned that after graduating, you can find a job. They never taught me how to get a job. I don't know why they never taught us how to get a job. They always told me like maybe you could search on the internet. But the thing is, when I search on Google how to get a job, suddenly Google shows like 1 billion results. Which one is the most trustworthy one? We never know. And yeah, and also about the thank you note, that's very important, I guess. I search on Great Jobs. I think the thank you note template, and it's very convenient. We just want to show that our appreciation for them for interviewing us. And we also would like to thank their time as well, making sure that they remember our name after the interview. This is something that not many people will tell us. And yeah, it's so great actually.
You're like a dream client for us because when you join Grad Jobs, you're very hardworking. You put in so much effort. You just have a really nice energy about you. You're very polite. You're diligent. You follow the process. You ask questions when you don't know. And you're very, very comfortable with feedback and you're grateful for the feedback. You're a fantastic learner. I would love to have more clients like you.
There's an old saying that goes like this. It's not the size of the dog that matters in a fight, but it's the size of a fight of the dog that matters in a fight. So ever since I learned that, I realized that it's the mindset, it's the attitude, it's the behavior, it's what makes us unique that is more important actually. It's always better to stay humble, and also we also need to keep studying, keep learning as well, to be a better version of ourselves, or at least make tomorrow a better day than today, right? I think that's what motivates me, I guess. I actually don't have many friends. Like I'm like an introvert, but of course, at some points we have to start somewhere. So we have to try our best, adjust to the environment, and of course, if there's a feedback coming from the people, then I normally always take them into consideration.
So you so you joined grad jobs, you kind of learned a few other additional things about how to job search, the mindset around that. And then I guess we come into more the technical parts of the job searching. So how do you write a resume, the cover letter, how do you interview, LinkedIn, sending messages, negotiating salary? Was there anything that you learned that was different to what you previously thought?
I think about the resume part, because normally what I have been told by people is we have to showcase everything. They told me to put everything that I have done in my resume, and then I just realized that after joining the grad jobs, turns out it's always like it always works both ways. The company wants this kind of person, and this is the kind of person we are, and it has to match at least. Of course, it doesn't have to match 100%, but of course, if we can improve that, then the probability is high for us of getting higher. And this is something that I never known actually. Back in the days, people just told me just apply for it, just write a resume, make sure your name is there, your phone number is there, your email address is there, and yeah, hopefully they will call us. But nah, it doesn't work like that. And then after that, the cover letter. The cover letter that I learned in uni, for some reason, it's very monotone. They never talk us about what's really important. But like after joining grad jobs, when I received the templates, I could see that the flow of creating the cover letter, and it's very wonderful. It's also very very helpful, especially like in the first three paragraphs. We need to make sure that we also have reached out to the people in the company, maybe just having a conversation, and then we mention that in cover letter, and then we tell the hiring manager that, oh yeah, we have already had a conversation with one of your employees, and turns out what they say about the culture there is very good. Then we can write that on the cover letter, or something like that. That's very very fantastic. I wish I knew that before, but yeah, but it's never too late anyway. So for the interview, I also saw one video on LinkedIn. I think it was posted by others. The person came to the room, he shook hands, and then after that, when the question were thrown at him, he just explained like there is no interaction with the interviewer. So I felt like that kind of interview was not good, I guess. After joining the grad jobs, after navigating to the interview courses, I realized that the technique could be changed. Interview has to be fun as well. Of course, we don't want to make it sound like robotic, but we just want to make sure that our first impression is good in front of the hiring manager. And of course, the smile is very important. I remember very well, like reading the course, don't forget to smile, because I rarely smile, but that course is very very like a life changing. I believe that every time we have to ask the interview, we also have to smile. Yeah, we have to show our positivity, show our energy, and making sure that the interviewer is also happy with us, because at the end of the day, people hire people they like. Make sure that we also allow the time for the interviewer to follow up on what we said, and also thank their time as well. I never learned that, which is why it's been like a blessing to me joining grad jobs.
Okay, so you joined grad jobs, you learned all these new things, and then you actually started taking action. You started applying, you started talking and messaging, you started writing a good resume, writing a good cover letter, getting interviews. So what job did you get and how did you get it?
It's an application support engineer. I applied that like after I joined grad jobs, after I crafted the resume with the feedbacks from grad jobs as well, and the cover letter as well. I think I was so lucky to get this job. It's been fun actually working at a company and learning this stuff. I also still follow the basic rules that the grad jobs told me before. Make sure we smile a lot. Make sure that we also stay humble, although we might know something that we have learned, but just stay humble. Make sure that we also communicate with others, get along with people. It's like a dream come true, yes. There were 85 people who applied for the jobs. So, of course, after hearing that story, I was like, oh my goodness. And then for some reason, they picked me. That's a crazy story, right? I think one of my colleagues told me that I possess a strong knowledge And the second thing is, this is just him talking to me. He told me that I always smile. That's what he told me. Like I always smile.
And you're enjoying the job?
Yeah, I am. So far, it's been fun. The people are nice, and I also get to learn a lot. I think last time we learned about the database. It's been so fun, and yeah, I'm looking forward to improving my proficiency. I handle the technical support, so the laptops, the networks as well.
If there's someone who is in the position you were a while ago, they're studying, international student maybe, and they're a bit nervous, they're not sure whether they can make their dreams come true. If you had to say one thing to them, one piece of advice, what would you say?
Okay, one thing is just smile and be nice, and make sure you find Mackenzie from Great Jobs and get out of your comfort zone. I think be humble, and then also keep learning. If there's a feedback, yeah, make sure that we take those feedback into consideration.
People who are in grad jobs, they've joined the program, they've made the jump. What do you recommend to them in order to get the best results? Get a result like yours, like an offer within 3 months.
My advice is to never give up. Make sure that we also pay attention to our job alerts. We go through the job description. Make sure that we immediately send an email to Grad Jobs asking for feedback, asking for advice, and also please attend the sessions. It doesn't have to be every day, but like, yes, just make sure that we attend the session, we gain something, and then we work on it. No matter how many feedback that we can receive, if we don't take into consideration, I think something would change.
Anything else you want to say before we wrap it up?
Yeah, probably don't give up, be humble, and if you are an international student, make sure that you join Grad Jobs as soon as possible. That's the best thing. You'll learn a lot how to get a job. We need to have that course. But people will never teach us like that. This is something that we need to figure out for ourselves. And I'm glad that we can find those things in Grad Jobs, because maybe we could learn from our mistake. But the good thing about the Grad Jobs is we learn before we even make the mistakes. That's a good part about that.
Awesome. Thank you very much. And I'd also like to say to anyone watching this, if you want to be successful and you want to achieve your dreams, take a leaf out of Ketmanto's book. Actually listen to what he's been saying and, how he's been able to achieve this, and follow in his footsteps, because he's been one of the best clients we've worked with. He's very hardworking. And we always knew, we told you from the first time we met you that we know you were going to do very well, because, yeah, even with everything that we provide in Grad Jobs, you can give people everything on a platter. You can tell them exactly what to do, how to do it, all the coaching, all the unlimited support, the proven resume templates, the proven everything, and they still won't do it, or they'll complain and they'll give up, and they don't have the right mindset. Yeah. Be more like Ketmanto.
Be more like Mackenzie as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. If anyone watching this wants to, get help, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn. Yeah. Have a great day. And thank you so much for your time, Ketmanto.
Thank you, Mackenzie. Thank you. Have a good one.
Enjoy. Bye.